It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Dolphins and the Barons on EA Sports.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Brooklyn Barons and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Tua to throw right away. That's out to the flat for Akers. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, and Zach Wilson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11 on the counter. Hunt. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offense is trying to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. And that will be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Now the numbers for Waddle in last week's ball game.
5 catches, 72 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to pass. Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harper.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal from the 3. Akers will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Now it's the power game. Here's Young, the fullback. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. But when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with the fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 22 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's #3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to #1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. It's caught. Left side. Bolden. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll run it now with a fullback. This is Young. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2 and now, 3rd and goal. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Wide open receiver complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And Bolden brings it in, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He finds his man, complete. It's Harper.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Tua. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Blankenship's kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
They snapped the ball backed up inside their own 10. Now they're backed up even further, and they can thank their coverage for that. They called a zone, and they were aggressive enough to deny an early window, and that gave their rushers a chance to get to the pocket.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, it's Hill, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun, it's Tua. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Neville Gallimore on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run again with Hunt. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Now Wilson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Dolphins is moving a little bit, having back on their heels, but they're on a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. There they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground with a tight end, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Barons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
Now for the point after. And it's 17-7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Miami's offense set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Tua going to throw. Flush to his right.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the defense. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Well, I On second down, right back to Hunt.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Should just be relieved if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tua.
Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material.
That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On first down, Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin with the black and blue matchup. Bring your lunch pail for this one. Pittsburgh playing host to Baltimore. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Sam Darnold has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The Vikings locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to break.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
I like your identification there, because that's exactly what they discussed. in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball, let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a give, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on. They think they're on for a while. Then they're off. Here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here's Logan Cook now
as he's on to punt for Miami.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 22, Wilson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Miami set to take over.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. Blankenship's kick is good.
And that'll make this a 7-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. Throwing is Wilson.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Roughing a kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Now Wilson on second down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
I think that time we just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense, does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Well, they bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 41, Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
Wilson. And finding the tight end, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Hunt will try going up the middle. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
49 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
The try here for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Takes it at the 7. Miami's offense set and ready to go. We've got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Going right back to Akers.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Now Tua.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Tua now on 1st down.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
He is going to find Hill here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, here's Tua. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Tua sets up to pass it.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Cam Akers.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Dolphins have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right? In preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Oftentimes, when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 59 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
At their own 15.
He starts with a give to Akers.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Forced out to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tua going to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Tua to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson.
And this one is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A carry here for Hunt.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw again is Wilson. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Tua. He's going to look deep down the field.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Looking to pass. Tua. And that will be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Miami. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wilson.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now it's Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore.
He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Miami. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down 27-20, and time a huge factor. They'll need to take this football a full 90 yards here as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Wilson to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Binds, and he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they'll have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field, but guess what? This one's now just about over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded just inside the 20. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Dolphins, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for our visitors, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.